What's up, Bills Mafia? Welcome back to the channel where we bring you everything Buffalo Bills. From exclusive team news to behind the scenes insights straight out of Orchard Park. Now, before we dive in, I've got to say this. Our Buffalo Bills are working harder than ever to perfect their roster, upgrade the locker room culture, and bring us the kind of results we've all been craving. Whether it's shaking up the draft board, restructuring contracts, or bringing in new faces who live and breathe that one family mentality, the goal remains the same. Deliver a Super Bowl to Western New York. Period. So smash that like button. If you're ready to ride with the Bills through every twist and turn of the offseason, and if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on those post notifications. We've got more exclusive updates coming your way all summer long. All right, now let's talk about what's been dominating the conversation lately. The James Cook contract, saga, and how it could shape the 2025 season. So here's where it all begins. James Cook, one of the NFL's most productive backs last season, is looking to secure the bag. His asking price? A reported $15 million per year. Now, let's pause right there. $15 million. That's in the same conversation as Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, and Derrick Henry territory. And while James Cook absolutely balled out, in 2024, 18 total touchdowns in 16 games. That's a steep ask for a position that the league treats as replaceable. General Manager Brandon Beane's response: exactly what you'd expect. He hasn't budged. At a celebrity poker tour event over the weekend, Cook kept things coy when asked about the contract talks. And I quote, "However it works out, it works out. I just make sure the business is a business, and then we go play football." Not exactly a no, but certainly not a yes to a potential holdout either. Let's break this down, because the possibilities are real and the consequences could be major. The Bills are strapped for cap space. We're talking just $1.8 million left in the budget heading into the tail end of the offseason. And next year, the early projection shows the team $400,000 over. The cap bean could pull some restructuring magic, sure. But you're not overpaying a running back in this market. It's the most replaceable position in football, and the NFL has made that brutally clear. So what are the most likely outcomes? Let's rank them. This is the most likely scenario by far. The Bills ride Cook hard in 2025 and then let him test the waters next offseason. Beane and company know that Davis, Ty Johnson, and maybe even Frank Gore Jr. can carry the torch if needed. No team is eager to pay $15 million for a running back, especially not one who's still climbing the ladder in terms of name recognition. Cook might not get what he wants, and honestly, the Bills are betting on that. This one's tricky, but not impossible. If Cook holds out or makes it clear he won't budge, Buffalo could explore trade options during training camp. But let's be real, the market would be modest. And unless a team is desperate, they're not coughing up premium draft picks and handing over a fat contract. Still, if Ray Davis breaks out in preseason, Beane could get proactive and flip Cook. For future value, this might be the sweet spot. A 1 or 2 year deal that gives Cook some financial security. Let's say $9 or $10 million annually while giving the Bills breathing room. It's not the long-term commitment Cook wants, but it could be a fair compromise that keeps him in Buffalo a little longer. This one is the break glass in case of emergency option. The projected 2026 franchise tag for RBs is $14.2 million, so right in Cook's ballpark. Not ideal for either side, but if Davis doesn't pan out and the Bills are staring down a shallow backfield, it could happen. Let's be honest, this is highly unlikely. A 5-year, $75 million deal just doesn't fit Buffalo's cap strategy. Unless Cook lowers his ass to around $9 million a year, this isn't happening. This is the worst case scenario. Cook sits out, doesn't get traded, doesn't play a snap, and hits free agency code in 2026. It would hurt the Bills badly and could tank his own value long term. Let's hope it doesn't come to this. While all eyes are on Cook, let's not overlook another fascinating development: Joshua Palmer's addition to this offense. This dude gets it. When asked about his role in Joe Brady's Everybody Eats system, here's what he said: "If it doesn't come to me, great. If it does, even better. I run every route to win. Even when you don't get the ball, you still eat because you're doing something to affect the whole team." That's leadership. That's culture. That's exactly what Buffalo needs. Palmer isn't worried about stats. He's worried about W's, and that mindset, alongside MVP Josh Allen, could be the missing piece for a more balanced multi-threat attack. Whether or not he cracks 1,000 yards, you better believe he's going to make an impact in 2025. Let's start with the biggest wild card of the offseason, defensive end Joey Bosa. When Brandon Beane signed Bosa this spring, Bills fans were either thrilled or nervous. And truthfully, both reactions make sense, because here's the thing. When healthy, Joey Bosa is a game wrecker. He's an elite pass rusher, a tone setter, and someone who can instantly elevate your defensive front. But, and it's a big but, Bosa's been battling injuries for the better part of 3 seasons. He's played in just 14 total games over the past 2 years. That's less than 1 full season of work in 2 years. Not exactly dependable. So why did Beane go after him? It's clear he saw an opportunity. With Von Miller gone and questions swirling around the pass rush, Buffalo needed someone who could change the game, someone with real juice. Bosa brings that. The tape doesn't lie. When he's on the field, his speed off the edge, his ability to collapse pockets, and his IQ all scream all pro. But the reality is this. If Bosa misses time, again, this defense could find itself in serious trouble. Because let's not forget, the Bills also parted ways with Rasul Douglas, and they're still reshaping the secondary. Bosa is boom or bust, no doubt. If he stays healthy, he might be the reason Buffalo reaches the Super Bowl. But if he's sidelined, again, Beane's gamble could cost the Bills a shot at glory. Next up, second-year wide receiver Keon Coleman. And man, there's a lot riding on this kid. When the Bills drafted Coleman in 2024, the expectation was clear. This guy was going to be Josh Allen's new go-to on the outside. And you know what? Early on, he looked the part. Size, physicality, contested, out catches. He brought all of it. But then came the wrist injury. Coleman missed a few critical weeks in the middle of the season. And when he came back, something was off. The timing with Allen wasn't there. The separation wasn't there. And the confidence? That looked shaken too. Brandon Beane didn't sugarcoat it either. He said, and I quote, probably was a little disappointed in the return from injury. That's a strong statement from your GM. Now heading into 2025, Coleman has a golden opportunity. With Stephon Diggs officially out of the picture and the WR room looking different, there's a clear lane for Coleman to become the top boundary receiver. The Bills need him to take that step. Josh Allen needs that big body target who can win on the sideline, beat man coverage, and show up in the red zone. The question is, can Keon Coleman be that guy? If he figures it out, he could put up 1,000 plus yards and 8 to 10 touchdowns. Easy. But if he doesn't improve his footwork, doesn't clean up his hands, and can't stay healthy, he might never be more than a WR3. And let's be honest, if that happens, this offense is going to be a lot more one-dimensional than anyone in Buffalo wants to see. All right, now let's talk defense again. Safety Cole Bishop. Now here's a name that got Bills Mafia buzzing during last season's playoff run. As a rookie, Bishop stepped in late in the year and showed real promise. In the AFC title game, he led all defenders in tackles. That's not nothing. The kid's got instincts. He plays fast, and he's not afraid to stick his nose in on a tackle. But here's the twist. Bishop is not guaranteed the starting job this year. He's entering 2025 as the favorite, sure. But Damar Hamlin is right there waiting for his chance. If Bishop can't beat out Hamlin in camp, fans and media alike might start asking whether Beane reached on this pick. It's just the way the NFL works. There's a lot to like about Bishop's upside, though. He has the physical tools to cover tight ends, patrol the middle, and bring some swagger back to the safety room. But he's got to show consistency. He's got to prove he can be trusted to anchor the back end next to Taylor Rapp or whoever ends up starting next to him. This one's a classic boom or bust profile. He could be the next Micah Hyde, or he could be a rotational guy by mid-season. And if that happens, the Bills' defense could look vulnerable over the top. Let's take a step back now. Why are we even talking about boom or bust players in May? Simple. Because championship teams are built on margins. You already know what Josh Allen brings to the table. You know Khalil Shakir is solid. You know Terrell Bernard is going to lead that defense. But it's the unpredictable guys, the ones who could explode or fall flat, who shape the destiny of your season. Joey Bosa could transform the pass rush, or he could be on IR by week 6. Keon Coleman could become WR1, or he could fade into the background. Cole Bishop could be the breakout star on defense, or he could lose his job before the season even kicks off. That's the razor-thin edge the NFL lives on. And the Bills? They're walking that edge in 2025. So where does all this leave us, Bills? Mafia, we've got one of the league's most dangerous offenses. A rising star running back who wants to get paid. A GM trying to juggle championship aspirations with long-term cap health. And a WR room embracing Joe Brady's unselfish mentality. This team is evolving, and evolving fast. Every move matters. Every decision shapes the path to that elusive Lombardi. But now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Should the Bills pay James Cook what he's asking? Is it smarter to let him play out the deal and test the market? And what do you think about Joshua Palmer's everybody eats mindset? You know the drill, Mafia. Hit that like button if you appreciate these in-depth updates. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a beat. Whether it's contract drama, rookie performances, or game day breakdowns, we got you covered. Let's get this conversation going. One team, one city, one goal. Go Bills.